Hi everybody. Sorry, I just wanted to do one low. So yeah, we are continuing to work on one of the elevator sets of pieces for deburring. Eventually when my ass shows up. I have a little remote for this camera that I'm using. It comes with a remote. You're just supposed to be able to press the button and it stops the video or starts the video. Problem is that it hardly ever works. I just sit there pressing it over and over and over, man. Anyway, so working on the spars, you can see. One difference between the elevators and the horizontal stabilizer is the horizontal stabilizer spar metal is much thicker. And so what you wind up doing is countersinking all of those holes for the skins. The skins are always dimpled, and because anything that has air pass over it, you want it to be as flush as possible. You don't want to lose any speed. You look at the top of a Cessna 172 wing and you just see dome head rivets everywhere, and you're like, no wonder this thing only goes 100 knots. Well, that and giant spars, struts holding up the wings. But not the vans. Vans are slick. So, in this case, for the elevators, you just dimple the spars instead. Which is, it's interesting. It presents its own challenge, because when you dimple any kind of skin, you're warping the skin. And it really does have an overall effect on the shape of the metal around it. Well, you compound that, and you can cause some warpage. And Vans addresses this in the instructions to make sure that you maintain a proper angle with the spar flanges. Here we are the next day. So I finished with one elevator, deburring all the pieces, and this time I said, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that all these things get done right. So, or maybe I didn't finish. Did I not finish? No, I did not. You'll notice when I finish, because I lay all the new pieces out for the next elevator all out on the table so I can see everything that has to get done. That way you can see it too. Here I'm just finishing up doing the ribs. The way I do this deburring is I do it in an assembly line process. So I take all the ribs, and then I have to use 3 different tools to finish the deburring. You've got the hole deburring tool, you've got a file to take off rough edges and all the outer cave edges, and then I have the tool that you see me using here, which is kind of the straight edge deburring tool, the one that's used when you pull and it removes metal. So what I eventually wound up doing was doing all the holes at once, then doing all the filing work, and then doing all of the pull edge deburring. That way I wasn't having to switch between tools often, because you don't want to lose track of where you are, you don't want to make sure, and you want to make sure that all the different parts get all the equal treatment. And again, it's the principle of the thing. You don't want to slack. Because if you start to slack and you start to cut corners, then who knows what corners you might start cutting in the future. So anyway, that elevator's done. Here's the next elevator. Here's all the parts, starting from the outer rib assembly strip cover, that's the thing to your left, all the way to the ribs to the right. And we're going to go through all of them. And I'm starting there with the smallest piece, which is one of the gussets, or it's one of the tabs, I'm not sure. Anyway, for the foreseeable future, we're just going to be cleaning off all of these parts, so see you in the next one.